The Hyundai Coupe is one of the cheapest coupes on the market today. These things can be found for well under £5,000 in basically new condition. So here's my question, should you buy one? So in today's video, I'm going to tell you why you should buy one of these amazing coupes. This curious little thing is the original Hyundai Coupe. This was built to succeed the S-Coupe, that boxy coupe that Hyundai made back in the late 80s and early 90s. This thing embraced the curvy styling of late 90s cars, and it was a bit different to the S-Coupe. A facelift was then introduced a few years later. Both cars came with a 1.6 or a 2-litre engine. These aren't very common, but they are still pretty cheap. In fact, they can be found from £1,000 to about £4,000. This one's actually got 16,000 miles on it. Right, good points. Well, this car is definitely interesting. People definitely ask what it is, and that's definitely gives it an interesting edge, if you ask me. And it's very reliable. The engines on these are very robust. Build quality's not too bad, and fuel economy isn't too bad either. The 1.6 can achieve a healthy 36 miles to the gallon, maybe 40 if you push it. However, there are a couple bad points. One is rust. Rust usually kills these and takes them off the road. And the electrics on these have been known to experience a few glitches, but honestly they're not overly terrible. And the other point is it's quite rare, so parts are going to be pretty tricky to find. One version you might want to be on the lookout for is this, the F2 or the F2 Evolution. This was a rally tribute version of the coupe, and it featured a body kit which looks pretty cool, and it also features some nice alloy wheels. It has lowered suspension, a Magnaflow exhaust, and it's got a tuned engine in Evolution versions, which produces 154 horsepower, which brings it pretty close to cars like the Fiat Coupe. It only came in, there were only 1,100 examples produced, so it is pretty rare. The second generation was much improved, featuring a gorgeous new body. It was a lot bigger than the previous car and featured a bit more adventurous engine choices, namely the 2.7 litre V6. The car still came with a 2-litre engine with 140 horsepower and a 1.6 which now produced 103. Examples out there that are clinging on to life by their MOT for less than £1,000, but immaculate ones are less than £5,000. As for the good points, the variety of engines means that there is a version of the coupe for everyone. There's a 1.6 for those who want good fuel economy, the 2 litres a good all-rounder, and the 2.7 is perfect if you want all-out performance. The car is also a bit bigger, it's also safer as it has more airbags, it's also very, very reliable, less prone to rust, and it's a lot more common, and that means parts are easier to find. It's also less prone to rusting, which was a problem that the other car has. Bad points, however, is that the coupe has always been a little bit underpowered. I mean, it's not actually able to keep up with stuff like a Toyota Celica. At least I don't think it is. Now there are 3 versions that you want to look out for. If you're looking for a V6, make sure it's got the 6-speed manual for all that driving precision. If you're in Greece, look for cars with the 1.6 litre turbo engine, and if you're in Australia, try and see if you can find the Tiger Shark edition with its orange paint. To conclude, I would personally go for the 2nd generation. It's just a much better car in general, it's less rare, parts are easier to find, and it's a lot more reliable and less prone to rust. It's also a fantastic looking car, and it will definitely get some attention for sure. So if you like this video, please tell me what car you want to see next. Please like and subscribe for more in the future, and until next time, goodbye.